Teams know who to guard and take them away, that in the final 11 minutes of the game, it's that competitive that Will is able to do what he just did.
There's no doubt he was the difference in the game. He, the big rebound he went and got, put back, when they took the lead, we put him on the top of the key and cleared it, and he took it and got a bucket. He just made big play after big play. He's really fighting it. He's doing a great job. He by far was the best player on the floor tonight, in my opinion. I thought he played great. So he did a great job, except, we gave up 4 threes in the first 5 minutes of the game, and then we gave up 5 shots at the bucket to start second half. We had 2 really bad stretches, 15 points to start the game, 10 points to start second half. That's 25 that we gave up real easily. And but other than those 2 stretches, I thought we played better defensively. We had our high for deflections, which after Utah Valley, we did a poor job at tracing the ball and didn't get any deflections, didn't get any steals. And tonight we had 32 deflections, which is a good number for us. So, we made some improvements in some areas. Khalil showed a little bit more aggressiveness, a little bit more energy. There's still a ton more there, but he at least acted like he wanted to be here tonight. I thought we made a step, but we don't win that game without Will really buckling down that last part of it, and not only offensively, but I thought he did a good job defensively also.
It was about a month ago that you started talking about really the way he was taking ownership. Can you imagine where you'd be right now without the job he's done?
Not to, I'm not excited about where we're at, but I know if we didn't have him, we would really be struggling. We got one good ball handler. Brennan's picking it up a little bit. Waldo's picking it up a little bit. But, we got the ball in his hands 90% of the time. And so we'd be in big trouble without his leadership and without his production. He's keeping the team together. He's trying to get guys to play harder. We've had really good leaders over the past, but the job he's done since the Michigan State game, since Connecticut game, is as good as we've had. He's really engaged. He's really taken ownership of the team, and he's done a tremendous job.
Did you see or hear anything change over the last 10 days with your guys? You guys were kind of down and frustrated after that Utah Valley game, and to have some positive momentum into this game, did you see anything change?
Well, the guys probably needed a break, but we had a couple good days of practice, and that translated a little bit, especially that first half. I thought our energy, and with the exception of the first, so they score 15 points in the first 4 minutes, and they score 16 in 16 the rest of the half. So our defensive energy, I thought, was really good, and I didn't think we gave up any uncontested shots, and thought our movement was good. We got to keep Dante on the floor more. He had 2 really bad fouls trying to guard, penetration by guards, where he can't make those fouls. I mean, he goes 6 for 8, 5 for 7, 8 rebounds in 18 minutes. We got to have him on the floor more. So he had bad fouls, and he's been getting bad fouls. We haven't been able to play him enough.
With that in mind, how important was it to have Ware come out and have the game that he had?
Real important. He went 0 for 7 against Utah Valley. He didn't finish anything, and he finished 4 of 8 tonight. Hit 5 of 7 free throws. Got 6 boards. So much better performance than we got against Utah Valley.
When your team does have those stretches that you guys are letting, you're not maybe having the defensive intensity you want, the other team's going on a run, is it the expectation that the players kind of take ownership of that and they change it on the floor, or you may be sending a message to them that's going to help them kind of turn it around? Like, what is it, do you think?
Well, I try to help them. we changed defenses, tried to change looks a little bit. I thought our zone, they went on a run there where they were getting to the basket, and we went to a little zone action, and I thought that really helped us. But no, the reason I was frustrated is scouting report. They were getting their right-hand drives. They're a strong right-handed driving team, and 4 of the baskets to start second half were all right-handed drives. And then the one was a tip-in. So they got 5 layups at the rim to start second half and took the timeout. And, we can't have stretches like that. Our offense isn't efficient enough right now to have stretches like that.
Dana, are any of those guys close to getting back that are still out with injury? Have they been practicing or anything?
Nope. So, when they do start practicing, it'll be a really restricted minute type deal, especially with knee, foot, pelvis. They're all lower body injuries, so it's not like a hand where you can run them, you can do defensive slides. The foot, knees, and those things, they take longer to bounce back from. So when we do get them back, there will be a transition period, and I thought we'd maybe get them back here over Christmas break, but and we have to be conservative with them. Knee surgery, a foot injury, so we have to be conservative. So I'm not arguing with the doctors or the trainers. I just sure like to get a couple of those guards back to help Will a little bit.
Coach, you got to watch Jackson Shellstad up at the Les Schwab during your time off. Just curious what
Well,
you
there's
saw
a lot
from
of
him.
things we can talk about.
If you got to see either of his last 2 games,
Wow.
what you made of him.
Wow, he really had a great tournament. He's signed. I can talk about him. I'm just making sure I wasn't breaking any NCAA rules there, but no, he played his tail off. He's a competitive young man. I've liked him since he was coming to our camp in 7th and 8th grade with the Westland team. He was just so little. Now he's grown up, and man, he battled his tail off against 2 really good teams. I saw him the first night when they won in overtime, and so, but I definitely was following the games the last 2 nights, and so proud of him. And I love his competitiveness. I don't know what it is about the water at West Lynn, but him and Peyton are 2 guys that really compete. And I don't want to always compare him to Peyton because that's not fair to him or to anybody else. But his work ethic, his love of the game, just really looking forward to working with him.
Last question. Dana, is there a particular metric in terms of assessing and evaluating Will and what he's doing besides, like, he plays a ton of minutes, so some of the efficiency numbers are not going to totally reveal themselves, or when Duarte went off, his shooting numbers were just completely ridiculous. It spoke for themselves. Is there an advanced metric, a usage percentage, an assist percentage that just kind of illustrates? I think the assist percentage is probably the most illustrative, but
The thing, he's turned the ball over some, James, but we put it in his hands so much, and we're asking him to do so much. It's like asking a quarterback to make a play every time he drops back. He's going to have a few interceptions. He's going to make a few bad throws. And I don't want Will to get discouraged when he does turn it over or does take Bud, you got the ball in your hands all the time. We're going to have a few mistakes. So I don't know if there's a metric, but I watched the film over and over again, and I've watched practice over and over again, film. And to your point, where the hell would we be without him? We don't have the guys. When Keyshawn went down, that took our other ball handler with a little quickness, little pop. Nobody's making Will a bunch of shots. Now, we did tonight, like Waldo made that play in the first half where shot clock was running down. He penetrated, and Will, popped in front of their bench there and hit a 3. Don't forget, as a sophomore, when Peyton was making shots for him, he led the league in 3-point shooting. When Duarte and Eugene were making some plays for him, he was 39-40%. Slow as, because he's got to take him off the dribble. He doesn't get to catch and shoot. He hit that one, and then he hit the big one late there. So, no, I don't know what metric it is, James, but we would be in we're in trouble the way it is, but we'd be in big trouble if it wouldn't be for him. And he definitely, in my opinion, was the difference in the game tonight. So